Paige does not have any purple moves, so you cannot run Xavier Woods. Enough said. And like so many of the women in this game, she is a submission specialist. She does have a couple different effective builds. Thanks to Taz for this footage. And we're going to go Paige versus Paige. So you can see 2 times her effectiveness. We've got Bray Wyatt and Zombie Kevin Owens to make that sub 3 additional turns. So a 6-turn submission. Any gems left on the board after the submission become protect gems, which help with taking damage and help in pinfall situations. So trying to load those on gems that aren't going to get broken either during or after your submission, so you can take less damage. So completely draining Evil Paige on the other side, our opponent. But she gets her moves loaded pretty quick. They're not high charge moves. The other thing Paige has are those crossbreak gems. And they can do this. Her damage doesn't scale particularly well, so even though she blew up half the board there, it was only about 30k worth of damage. So not the same as, say, a Matt Hardy. When he does that, can put up 100k on you. The other thing that those cross breaks do is load that submission. So now Taz has got himself on the wrong side of the submission battle here. But Evil Paige, our opponent, is not using Zombie Kevin Owens, so those are only 3-turn submissions. So you can see already the contrast by going Paige versus Paige here. We've seen 2 different ways to approach this. Is that our 6-turn sub drained away all her power, whereas the 3-turn sub that our opponent just put on us left us in a pretty decent spot. So after 1 match, we've got our submission loaded and ready to go again. So now maybe we're back on top of this submission battle. And that's a common theme among the majority of the women superstars in this game so far, is that you'll see these matches tend to drag out and tend to go longer than matches that you're used to, just because oftentimes it's submission followed by submission followed by submission. And you really do need to look for those edges and ways to get on top of that battle and stay on top. Because if you get on the wrong end of it, you could end up losing a lot of HP, having the matches drag. So now this is the first opportunity we've had to put out our crossbreak gems. This red move destroys them. And our submission is loaded again for the next turn. So since that first little hiccup when Evil Paige got her submission off once, we've had 2 straight and are continuing to keep her at bay here. Oftentimes these matches do come down to, if you get a big cascade, you get a wild card match, get that extra turn, that can flip the submission standoff and flip it in one person or the other's favor. That's why the placement of gems sometimes is so key to getting ahead and staying ahead in these matches. So it really is a matter of slowly wearing your opponent down in a lot of the women's superstars matches, because if you're not Ronda causing huge amounts of damage, it really does tend to look like this a lot of the time in these matches, whether it's Alexa, whether it's Paige, whether it's Charlotte. We won't talk about Asuka yet, because Asuka's a whole different kind of slow and painful with those one-charge moves. Just Paige v. Paige staring each other down. A thinking women's battle. Some more cross-break gems coming out here against us. So maybe in a match versus Paige or against someone with really low charge moves, adding that extra 3 turns of the submission maybe isn't helping you a whole lot, because really one nice cascade or a couple of matches reloads those moves, and those 3 turns don't make a big difference like they do in some of the men's superstar matches or against some of the women who have higher charge moves. This submission, though, at the end of the match, because it's 6 turns, is going to get us the win. So Taz was kind enough to share another build with us. This is yellow, yellow, black. These are the 3 completely different moves. So we saw the other 3 moves in match 1. These are the 3 others. So now this is yellow, yellow, black. And this is a protect gem build. With Enzo, this yellow move is turn 1 ready, and it steals black. So when you're going against Paige or Nia Jax, who run 2 black moves, it drains their black MP. Ronda usually only uses 1 black move, so it would keep that move empty, but it wouldn't fill yours as fast when you're draining from 2. So this black move throws project. Why can't I say protect? Because gems is the next word, and that's the way the mind works. Protect gems onto yellows. That was unlucky, because that cascade got rid of half the protect gems we just put on the board. Taz choosing not to go with the finisher here. What this finisher does is causes damage and increases the strength of those protect gems. Because the women's gem damage isn't very high, I think probably could have got the pin. And again here, this finisher is loaded, but Taz choosing not to use it, wanting to get some of Nia's really high health down before using that finisher. Those protect gems are initially around 2,500. The finisher increases the strength of those gems by another 1,500 or so, breaking them up to 4,000. So when you've got 6 or 7 of them on the board, that's a 28 or 30,000 a pop protection. So you probably could get the win. Taz wanting to get as many of these gems onto the board as possible before using that finisher. So steal some more of the black. And getting some more protect gems on the board. The trouble with running that black protect gem move over and over again is that they only go on to yellows. So once you have most of the yellows covered with protect gems, There's only a couple more being added. So we've got 4 more that we can change here. It's another 10,000 of protection. Now we unleash the finisher. You see that what was 25 now goes to 4,200. So you can see the kicking out is not easy in that situation. So that match probably could have ended earlier, but we saw what those protect gems do. Now this footage is from Mo from Execution. Thank you very much for this footage. Love again, some interfaction cooperation. So this is the 2 yellow moves, but instead of with the extra protect gems, this one is the black submission move. You saw it was 2 MP trainers, Enzo and Bray. So we want to get the finisher loaded. We steal the black MP, run our submission. That puts 4 protect gems on the board if they survive the submission. And then you see her finishers loaded for the next turn. So if these 4 gems survive, they turn into 4,200 protect gems times 4. It's about 17K. And let's see if Paige can kick out. You see, not happening. So those protect gems can cause some early pins for you, which is nice. So that's Paige, the raven-haired renegade, at 4 stars.